All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves doing the same comp as the last video, where we're trying to get ridiculous spell power increases. Yes, I know that we could use Nana, and I chose not to. Suck it, dude. Ha! Take it. We are going for Guldan, Tassadar, Karazim, Varian, and Ariel, with a theoretical max of 80% increased spell power, plus the negative armor effects of Tassadar and Varian with their respective ultimate choices, or I guess Varian's level 4 talent. We are going to go for, oh, excuse me, that was 80% spell power increase on Kael'thas. I did not recalculate what our spell power increases would be on Ghoulish Daniel. So it's actually higher, in fact. It's actually higher. Will this comp, this ridiculous comp, work 2 games in a row? We're gonna find out, dude. We're gonna find out. I'm a much more competent Kael'thas player than I am a Ghoulish Daniel player. But we'll do our best to make it work. We'll do our best to make it work. So we are going for the corruption stacking quest. I believe that's going to be the most reliable way for us to deal damage to this enemy team. Also, they're going to be relatively grouped up because it is Cursed Hollow at the end of the day. So I just need to make sure I'm landing as many corruptions as I can. I can also be our solo laner if we want. That's no big deal. I don't have to be grouped up or anything. We don't have to worry about getting globes or anything like that. So I can come down here and just kind of be self-sufficient for a little bit. I just want to say for the record, not comfortable with this build, but we'll see how it goes, yeah? We'll see how it goes. Ooh, I like that. She didn't combo. Woohoo! Love to see that, boys. Love to see that. So, I believe it was a 65% increase before without calculating in Kael'thas. So we're going to get 15 here. That brings us up to 80%. And then a fluctuating other 25 on that. That's a lot of fucking spell power, dude. That's a lot of fucking spell. Oh, I'll hit C for chat again. There you go. There you go. There you go, team. So, will this be effective again? Let's find out. The last game was really, really, really fun. We are not going to be using Fear to interrupt the ETC Mosh, and we're not going to be using Fear to punish Kerrigan for repositioning or for going too far forward. All of those things are a detriment to the team overall, and I'm doing it knowingly, so I think I'm the asshole. We are going to go for Health Funnel because it allows me to sustain better in lane, and as of right now, I'm our solo lane character. Oh, I love it when they don't know how to combo. That's the best, dude. That's the fucking best. Oh my god. I thought she was going for it. I really did. I don't have SIP, but we are going to have minions coming in, and I can life drain those. That was a decent corruption there. I'm going to try to lifesteal off of Ariel as she's moving into me. Also, the other benefit of this is we are a great battery for our Ariel as long as we're actually landing our abilities and being somewhat effective on the map. That really is going to add up quite well. So let's get out of that stun. Let's corrupt him to try to stay in the game. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm real afraid. We get some life there. I should have a decent corruption here. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. They win this one, dude. They win this one. That's all right. 10,000 damage so far. Really not bad at all. We are going to be reducing the amount of health our healers can return to us by the end of this game. Actually, by the next talent tier. So we do need to be mindful of that. That's one of the reasons I wanted to take Health Funnel as well. It just makes me a little bit more self-sufficient. I can head up top. That's no big deal. Or I can head middle. I'll just head somewhere that's not being soaked. No big deal at all. So, ideally, we set up for a team fight right by the objective, right? And literally just pop rain and hopefully watch everything in the area die. We, of course, have Tassadar dealing a lot of damage and Varian doing a lot of damage. Damage Karazim can also go in and hit pretty hard. So it's not solely reliant on me, but hopefully I reap some of the rewards of the spell power increases. Lunar is being a little problematic for us here, team. We are going to take the Hunger for Power, though. That negative 25 reduction is pretty scary. Normally, I would not recommend picking up this talent in a quick match environment, especially if you have a healer. However, we're testing this stupid-ass combo today. This talent can be just fine if you don't have a support on your team, because that spell power increase usually outweighs the negative effect of the reduced healing. How the fuck did he not get any corruption on him? Excuse me? The spell power increases out. I am currently channeling, though. ETC blocked by the wall. Looks like we are going to get this one for the home team. Nice job, everybody. Oof. Rude, dude. We're halfway done with our corruption quest. Once we finish that, we're actually going to get a decent amount of bang for our buck with each corruption cast. It's going to allow corruption to not only go out one direction, but then return back the way it came, which is pretty dope. One thing that we should specify with how this spell power scaling actually works is once a damage over time effect is applied, I believe, I could be wrong, I believe there's no way to augment that damage once it's already active on a target. Oh, that's gonna suck. So, like, even if I get like 2 million spell power, if the corruption's already out and applied to someone, there's no way of altering that at all. Whereas the example I gave chat prior to this game with the pyroblast that we were using last game, as long as the pyroblast is in the air and hasn't impacted a target, our spell power can fluctuate up and down depending on the buffs that we have. So we need to make sure that we're primed, ready to deal damage when we start throwing out the maximum amount of corruptions. The enemy team is going to take that second or third objective. That's the second for them on the map. We have just hit level 10. We do see the mosh pit for ETC, and we are worried. We are worried, boys. All right. How long is the cooldown on rain? That sucks. Oh, great crystal, thank you. Holy shit, what a crystal. Oh God, I was dead as fuck, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a 70-second cooldown. No, cancel it, okay. I was going to use it there and canceled it. Oh my God, they got this camp behind us too. Okay. So this is looking a little scary. We are going to have Royal for this, but he's going to be just a tad late. The enemy team already starting to stack up. I'm totally zoned. Okay. Okay, I want to go back in. I want to go back in. I just don't know if I can. I got one interrupt. Oof. Yeah, team, this isn't going as well as the first one. It's not going as well as the first one. I was also extremely separated there. And I'm nowhere near as good at this character. 26 stacks so far. The enemy team has 11 kills. Their Kel'Thuzad feels stacked already, but he's not. He's one more. So he's about to deal 75% more damage. Holy shit. The enemy team does get the first curse of the game, and they are pushing the bottom lane with that. But of course, this game is not over. We are still soaking middle, still soaking top. We have 25 seconds left on this cooldown. Fight me, please. Don't get chained. Woohoo. Oh no. Bottom lane looking pretty scary right now. I am going to call for some reinforcements here. Get a couple stacks there. I'm also going to life tap. Try to clear this lane as best we can. We should have a pretty good gank opportunity here. 3, 2, 1. Ah, he's so fast.
Let the curse end.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? Who's this motherfucker, dude? One thing to note on Blackheart's Bay, it was a lot easier for us to constantly stay together and really utilize all these bonuses that we were stacking up. Whereas this map punishes us a lot more for moving around and trying to deathball. I was trying to cast my ultimate there. That didn't work out. And we're dead! Woo! Oof! 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 All right. I think I'm gonna get the fucking spell armor, dude. I know we're not going for any, like, they don't have any physical damage, like none. So I feel as though the spell armor could go a long way, even though we're not going for a cube build. And enemy hero with fell armor, with fell flame, grants 40 spell armor for 2.5 seconds, reducing ability damage taken. So we'll do that. We'll try to make that work. Oof. Certainly a more difficult game this time around than the last one. That is for sure. Top lane got the solo mosh on Karazim. You hate to see it, dude. You hate to see it. At least, like he said, it's on cooldown. The enemy team likely going for a boss now. They're probably feeling pretty confident here. Can we check it? All right, casting rain. You know, one thing we should talk about as well is they do have the Protected by the Way of Anduin, which sucks. Will I get him? Is it enough? Is it enough? Probably not. An AoE Protected by the Way for a comp that's designed around increasing our spell power for maximum damage output during a window.
I grow tired.
Oof! 5 stacks left to go on this being finished off. The enemy team did grab boss. They are pushing the top lane. I mean, that's okay. We can defend that, no problem. We should probably defend that over going to the objective, to be totally honest. So I'll start to head up there. We have 1 minute 30 on that. They're scouting down to the bottom, but it looks like they're actually stopping at that objective. Hopefully he can get out of there. He is dashing to the blue man. He's going to be just fine. Hey, chat, blue man only has 1 charge now, right? Didn't they change that? Isn't it a single charge? All right. Well, this has been taken care of. We're not that much worse for wear. Oof. Oof. Man, their Kel'Thuzad does some damage, dude. Their Kel'Thuzad hits fucking hard. What is that ice shield thing that he keeps seeming to get? I'm not familiar with that. Like, he just glows blue all the time. I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess I could look at his talents. Is it this thing? Activate to gain 50 physical armor for 4 seconds. Upon activation, nearby enemies take 88 damage and are slowed. Holy shit! I've never taken that. I'm gonna rain right here. He's protecting the rain. That sucks. ETC down. We lost 2 people though. And Kel'Thuzad is still on the loose, dude. Also, one thing to note is Lunara has some fantastic spell armor as well, which makes this strategy really difficult to use against her. I'm just backing up. I'm not even going in. Just get full health, fuck it. Clear bottom. Make sure we're staying even on XP. This is when we get Darkness Within, dealing 1,124 damage. Allows us to empower our life tap and make it so we gain an extra 25 spell armor. We tested this in try mode before the game started, and that spell power is reactive on our Rain of Destruction. So we can cast Rain and then proc the damage to empower the life tap while the Rain is active, and continue to empower the Rain with just life tapping, which is pretty nice, team. I'm just gonna life drain right here. Not super worried about it. If the enemy team wants to engage, they can. The corruption does land, and it's a big one. We're also going to rain in this because it looks like they want to fight, and pop our damage increase as they are running away. Obviously, the difference between Rain of Destruction and Pyroblast as well is Rain is only useful while they're staying in the targeted area. That's something to keep in mind for sure. We just popped the damage increase right now. We'll continue to poke at these guys to the best of our ability. Dude, they're at like every angle. They're fucking everywhere. I'm trying to punish Lunara for just kind of poking in at the top. Unchained. Good corruption on Kel'Thuzad. Good stun though. Oh shit. Trying to life tap. There's the stun. You know what's interesting? While Anduin was protected, I was still able to drain life from him. I didn't know how that interaction would work, but he was clearly just sitting in his bubble, not taking any damage, and I was still draining life away. The enemy team is going to get the second curse of the game. We do have some mercenary camps pushing. I mean, we were getting a little bit of map control, but a lot of that will start to just kind of fade away now that the curse is up. However, free building. Nope, never mind. The enemy team looks like they're actually going for bottom boss right now. If you know anything about how to utilize a curse well, you know that this is not what you want to do. So that's good news from us. However, they are 3 levels ahead at this point. We are level 17 to their 20. They do have their most powerful talents that they can achieve in the game. We also need to be mindful for maybe a death mosh or something like that. Yeah, you better run. You better get out of here. And it looks like it is going to be that. So while the curse is active, they decided to push mid right at the tail end. Rain is out. He's protecting the entire Rain. Oh my god, that's infuriating. I mean, this easily could have happened last game as well, though, you know? I'm dancing, I'm dancing, I'm dancing. She just stunned, so she can't do anything. Don't get rooted. Proc the extra damage again. Corruption. Does... Oh, man. Does Kerrigan have spell armor? Or was I looking at some other kind of effect?
You got this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oof, boys. All right. Imagine that. Rain of Destruction not being useful in a game. Who could have seen it coming? Completely blindsided. They played really well, though. I mean, honestly, all things considered. And when we were talking about potential problems that we could have with the Kael'thas game, the big one that came to mind is, what if they have an Anduin that just does an AoE protected, by the way? And it turns out they had an Anduin that had AoE protected, by the way. Their Kael'thas played pretty fucking well as well. Still, 70,000 damage in both Siege and Hero. I don't hate that. Pretty high for our team as well. That's scaled relatively well. Which you would kind of hope so if you're giving all of your spell power increases to the Guldan. You know, you'd kind of hope for that. And we also could have taken the fear to get him out of his ult, but we were here to test. So, I preferred it with the Pyroblast just because you can use it a little more offensively. Obviously, that would continue to scale with the Phoenix as well if you went for these spell power increases. 73% more damage than similar players. It's not bad. It's just not, it's not bad. This was fun to try out. Thank you guys for joining me. If you wanted to play the spell power build for Guldan, we've showcased this on the channel before, and it's kind of fun. Echoed Corruption into Health Funnel, Hunger for Power, Rain of Destruction, Fell Armor, Darkness Within. At 20, I likely would have gone for the Dark Portal so I could avoid some of the Kel'Thuzad combos. We were increasing the spell power on this team, or the spell damage on this team, with Archon, which removes spell armor from enemy combatants. We were also using the Air Ally from Karazim to give us more spell. To give us more spell power. Colossus Smash from Varian, removing armor from enemy combatants, as well as Banner of Dalaran, which is giving us more spell power. And then we had the Wrath of Heaven spell power crown from Ariel. Yep, not as good as the first one, but that is A-okay. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you again next time.